Hey everybody, it is time for my Week 15 NFL picks, but before I get into my picks for this week, let's take a look at how I did last week. Last week was a very successful week, went 10-4 on my picks, the fourth time this year that I got 10 or more games correct, and I've done this twice in the last 4 weeks. Something I want to add starting this week and going on for the rest of the regular season is I want to break down the different scenarios for the playoffs because we are really getting into the home stretch of the teams that are going to get in the playoffs, more than likely. So I'm going to start with the AFC, and there are only 2 teams that are in scenarios this week. And the first one is the New England Patriots. And the Patriots, they have 6 different scenarios to clinch a playoff berth. You heard that right. 6. So, real quick, to save you time, all 6 feature these 2 situations. New England wins, and Miami loses or ties. And then the rest of them, 5 of the 6 feature Cleveland losing. 1 features Baltimore. Well, actually, excuse me. You know what? I'll just do this. So New England wins, and then they would need Miami, Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Kansas City to lose. That's 1 scenario. They would need Miami, Cleveland, Baltimore, Denver, and the Chargers to lose. They would need Miami, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Denver, and the Chargers to lose. They would need Miami, Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati to lose. Miami, Cleveland, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and the Chargers to lose. Or Miami, Baltimore, the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Cincinnati-Denver game to end in a tie. And New England will be in the playoffs. I don't see any of those happening this week, but you never know. For the Tennessee Titans, it is a lot easier. Win and Indy loses, and the Titans will repeat as AFC South Division champions. Meanwhile, for the NFC, we got a little bit more here. The Green Bay Packers can clinch the NFC North this week with either a win or tie or a Minnesota loss and tie. Green Bay can clinch a playoff spot with a New Orleans loss and a San Francisco loss, or a New Orleans loss and the Philadelphia-Washington game goes to a tie, or New Orleans loses and the Rams lose and the 49ers tie, or the 49ers tie and the Philadelphia-Washington game ends in a tie, or the Rams lose, the 49ers tie, and the Philadelphia-Washington game ends in a tie. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's real simple to clinch the NFC South, win or a tie, and they've got the division. To clinch a playoff berth, they would need either a Minnesota loss and a San Francisco loss, a Minnesota loss and a Philadelphia-Washington tie, or a San Francisco loss and a Philadelphia-Washington tie. For the Arizona Cardinals, to clinch a playoff berth, it is a win or a tie, and they pretty much will be in, plus these different scenarios. New Orleans loses and Minnesota loses. New Orleans lose and the Philadelphia-Washington game ends in a tie. New Orleans loses, Philadelphia loses, Atlanta loses, and Green Bay wins. New Orleans loses, San Francisco ties, or the Rams lose. Minnesota loses, or the Philadelphia-Washington game ends in a tie. Minnesota loses and San Francisco lose. San Francisco loses and Philadelphia-Washington ends in a tie. Or San Francisco ties, the Rams lose, and Philadelphia-Washington ends in a tie. A lot. That's a lot. For the Dallas Cowboys, they can clinch the NFC East this week with one of these 2 scenarios. A win and a Philadelphia-Washington tie, or a Dallas win, a Washington loss, and Dallas clinches strength of victory tiebreaker over Philadelphia, and the Cowboys are NFC East Division champs. Dallas can clinch a playoff berth this week with a win and a New Orleans loss, a win and a San Francisco loss, a tie and a Minnesota loss, a New Orleans loss, and an Atlanta loss, or a Minnesota loss, an Atlanta loss, a New Orleans loss, and a Philadelphia-Washington tie, or a Minnesota loss, an Atlanta loss, and a New Orleans loss, plus Dallas clinches the strength of victory tiebreaker over Philadelphia. And finally, the Rams can clinch a playoff berth with a win, a New Orleans loss, and a Minnesota loss, a win, a New Orleans loss, and a Philadelphia-Washington tie, a win, a Minnesota loss, and a Philadelphia-Washington tie, or the Rams tie, Minnesota loses, New Orleans lose, and Atlanta loses or ties. A lot of these scenarios feature Philadelphia and Washington having to tie. I really don't see that happening. If it does happen, you all can comment on here and say I was wrong. Okay, now to the Week 15 games. All 32 teams are in action. Start with the Thursday night game, and this is a big game in the AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs travel to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. Chiefs are 9-4. Chargers are 8-5. Chiefs are a 3-point favorite. No, pardon me. For this game, I'm going to go with the Chargers to win this one. They've been on quite a roll as of late. Justin Herbert's really hitting his stride. It can make the AFC West very, very interesting if the Chargers win. To the games on Saturday, the Las Vegas Raiders travel to Cleveland to play the Browns. Raiders are 6-7, the Browns 7-6. It is the Raiders a 1.5 favorite for this game. I'm going to take the Browns to win at home. Yes, Baker Mayfield is not playing, but I think they've got enough talent there to get by and win. The New England Patriots travel to Indianapolis to play the Colts. The Patriots are 9-4. Colts are 7-6. It is Indy, 2.5-point favorite for this game. I'm going to go with the Patriots right now. They seem to be hitting everything at the right time at this moment. Patriots will win. To the games on Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals travel to Detroit to play the Lions. The Cardinals are 10-3, Detroit 11-1. The Cardinals are a 13-point favorite to win this game. Good luck, Detroit. You're going to need a lot of it. The Cardinals will win. The Carolina Panthers travel to Buffalo to play the Bills. The Panthers are 5-8. The Bills are 7-6. Buffalo is a 10.5-point favorite. They need the hurting to stop, and I think this is the game that's going to do it. Bills will win. The Dallas Cowboys go to New York to play the Giants. The Cowboys are 9-4. Giants are 4-9. Dallas is a 10.5-point favorite. They should not have as much trouble as they kind of did last week in the second half against Washington. Dallas will win. Houston Texans travel to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Both teams are 2-11. The Jaguars are a 3.5-point favorite for this game. Kind of surprising. I'm going to say the Texans win, and that's going to be my upset of the week. I think the Texans are going to find a way to win their third game of the year over the Jaguars. The Jets travel to Miami to play the Dolphins. The Jets are 3-10. Miami 6-7. The Dolphins are a 10-point favorite. Watch out. These Dolphins could be on their way to the playoffs. Miami will win. The Tennessee Titans travel to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Tennessee 9-4. Pittsburgh 6-1. The Titans are a 1.5-point favorite for this game. I'm going to take the Titans to win, and going by the scenarios with the Indy loss that I predicted earlier, Tennessee will win the AFC South. The Washington football team, or whatever is left of it after their COVID outbreak this week, travel to Philadelphia to play the Eagles in a big NFC East game. Both teams are 6-7. The Eagles are a 7-point favorite for this game. I'd love to pick Washington to win this, but I'm being realistic. The Eagles are going to have a lot of their players there. Philadelphia will win. The Atlanta Falcons travel to San Francisco to play the 49ers. The Falcons are 6-7. San Francisco 7-6. The Niners are a 9-point favorite. I'm going to take San Francisco to win. The Cincinnati Bengals travel to Denver to play the Broncos. Both teams are 7-6. Denver is a 2.5-point favorite for this game. I'm going to take the Bengals. I think they are going to rebound here this week, and they will win. They will beat Denver and make the AFC North even more interesting if it isn't interesting enough. The Green Bay Packers travel to Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Packers are 10-3. Ravens are 8-5. Green Bay is a 5.5-point favorite for this game. I'm taking Green Bay, and whatever kind of injury the toe is of Aaron Rodgers, Packers will win. The Seattle Seahawks travel to Los Angeles to play the Rams. Seahawks 5-8, Rams 9-4. Los Angeles is a 4.5-point favorite. Rams got a huge win Monday night. They're going to continue this. Rams will win. The Sunday night game, the New Orleans Saints travel to Tampa to play the Buccaneers. New Orleans is 6-7, Tampa 10-3. The Buccaneers are an 11-point favorite. I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win. And the Monday night game, the Minnesota Vikings travel to Chicago to play the Bears. Vikings are 6-7, Bears are 4-9. Minnesota is a 3.5-point favorite. I am taking the Vikings to win on the road to continue their quest to get a wild card spot. So, do you agree or disagree with my picks? Leave a comment in the comment section below. If you like the video, give the video a thumbs up. And if you like what you see here and you want to watch more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching and hope you enjoy your Week 15 of the NFL.